I don't really know what her title is. Amber Rose. She's a model.
I don't know
Kanye
what she call
West.
herself doing these days.
She's been trending because she's now a Trump supporter, reportedly.
Mm-hmm.
She took a photo with the twice impeached reported insurrectionist who is currently on trial for falsifying business records. Uh, and within the trial, he was reportedly with other women as his wife was pregnant. This is somebody who is against abortion. This is somebody who really has helped to wage a war against women. Amber Rose has framed herself as some kind of great feminist. That's been part of her brand after she
The
felt like
slut
she was
walk.
insulted.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the slut walk. If for folks don't know, that was like some liberation movement for women to be empowered in their sexuality. And I don't know if the check has run out. You know, when the checks come out, I don't know what it is. But she randomly has taken a photo with Trump and Melania. Melania, who won't even show up to his court cases. I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy trials, and your wife still shows up. But there's all that. So she posted, and I should remind you that Amber Rose does not identify as black. I'm not even clear. I'm not even clear of what the race of her mother is. I'm not even sure if her mother is a black woman because she's been so vague about it. I can't
Yeah,
say I know her research like that.
she claims she's Cape Verdean and white, I
But
guess. I don't know.
Cape Verdean isn't a race, so I don't know exactly
Right,
what she
right.
means by that.
I don't
So I
know.
mean, well,
She
I don't
she
know.
she
I
dibbles
don't
and dabbles in and out of blackness when it's convenient for her. When they doing the black girl
exactly
special, she with the black girls talking about how she was
right,
bullied for being light skinned. And then
right,
now apparently, I don't know, she want to be on college chill on BT, then she's with the blacks. But
right. It was
she
yeah,
dibbles and dabbles when she black
yeah.
and when she's
I
whatever else she would be. I don't know, white, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not because not everybody. I mean, again, Cape Verdean is not a race, so I don't know what her mother's back. I don't know if her mother is a black woman. I know Jocelyn Hernandez said her mother's a black, but I'm not really clear about that.
Oh, she did.
And
She said she was black. Okay, I don't know that.
Jocelyn said that, but then whatever. I don't know. But what I
Yeah,
do know is that the only reason why folks know about her is because of she has been supported in the black community. Only because she
because
dated Kanye West.
she's dated and procreated with black rappers
There you
and
go. There you
Cher's
go.
boyfriend.
Right. Oh, there we go. There we go. There
Cher's
we go.
now boyfriend.
Yeah, Cher is cool. Birthday was
We
yesterday.
like
What up,
Cher over
Cher?
here. Okay, we ain't got a problem
I
with
like Cher. Cher's cool. Cool. Always been a cool chick. So she posted this photo with Trump, and I can go through his horrific record of still calling the Central Park Five guilty. His horrific record of about Jewish people. Some of the disgusting things that he said as it relates to Charlottesville. His war, helping this war with DEI.
you.
I mean, you know, just some disgusting things that he's done, calling Haiti allegedly a shithole country.
No,
Project
African countries were the
2025,
shithole countries.
and in Africa, yeah, and of course Africa is not a country; it's a continent. But this is somebody who's really made it clear, who's reduced black voters to mugshots and indictments, which is deeply, deeply disgusting.
Said we were
And
living
it's
in hell.
right, we're
Your
living in
lives are
hell.
hell. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and famously how he reportedly wanted to cut the line item for HBCUs. He
Mm.
wanted to cut that line item, but now he somehow gets credit for it when it really was a black woman Democrat named Alma Adams who wrote the HBCU bill. I can go on and on and on. This man's record is clear with black communities. There will always be outliers who support him, but his record is really clear. Now he is supported by white women. Maybe that's why Amber Rose supports him. So anyway, after getting a little bit of backlash, she wrote a comment, I believe in the outlet The Shade Room, quote unquote, laugh my ass off. Y'all think Biden cares about black people? I didn't know Amber Rose cared about black people. She says she's not black. Sad. Do your research. I did. I'll always put women first. Y'all want
I didn't notice that
biological
one.
men in women's sports.
Here we
Why?
go.
Why are trans people in it? What? What do we? Do you play sports, Amber Rose? I,
No.
Trump supports the most reasonable compromise on abortion. Stop being brainwashed because we're people of color. Make your own decisions. Let me just be clear. If you want to be a Trump supporter, go ahead and be a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
I mean, you fit the demographic of being a Trump supporter.
55% of white
You really
women
do.
voted for Trump.
You
So,
aren't black. You're from Pennsylvania. You fit that demographic. It's fine. But the idea that you want to talk about black people when you say, let's remind people what she said. This is what she said on Hot 97 years ago. She does not identify as black. Listen to this.
Is that how you perceive yourself?
I do not consider myself a black woman. Absolutely not.
What do you consider yourself?
Biracial.
Okay, biracial was not a race. Once
right.
again, I don't know. That isn't a racial identity at all. So that isn't a race. So you consider yourself something that isn't a race, but you don't identify as black. Maybe identify more as white. I don't know. I don't know what your mother's background is. I don't know if you're cosplaying as black every once in a while. But the
Yeah.
fact that you want to critique black people when you yourself say you are not black, and you want to talk about trans people, and this is somebody, Amber Rose, who has tried to also, folks who may not know, align herself with the LGBT community.
She has.
Act like she's some kind of advocate. And now you
Yep.
throw trans folks in this?
Yep. Ain't
Really,
that
trans
something?
folks
Ain't
are in
that
this
a
bullshit?
bitch? Yeah.
And when we're
Woo.
talking about abortion, we're talking about a woman's right to privacy in her doctor's office. So you're mad that folks are calling you out and then saying that we're brainwashed. Make your own decisions. No, you make your own decision, stand in it, and you posted a photo, or somebody did, wherever the photo came from, with this insurrectionist.
Yeah, she posted
with
it on her page.
Right, with a man who, according to folks who worked with him, like Michael Cohen and Omarosa, used the N word, said horrible things about black communities, even in New York. I could go on and on and on, right? And Biden has the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Biden has historic funding for HBCUs, historic black unemployment rate. Ketanji Brown Jackson, that is a black woman, Amber Rose, in case you didn't know, appointing more black judges to the federal bench than any other president in history. Like, I mean, there's receipts there. Is he perfect? No. But there is no comparison between a Trump and a Biden. But here's somebody who's, I guess, cosplaying, and now she's mad she got some backlash. Stand in it. Stand in it, Amber Rose, but don't say we're brainwashed, and don't tell us to do our research. I highly doubt you are somebody who knows anything about political research.
No.
So that's the latest news of the day. And again, I have no issue if you want to support him, that's fine. But the fact that you're trying to act like you're the independent thinker, you're elevated, you're the one who's done the research. This man, Trump, had the black unemployment rate skyrocket under his administration. This man led the quote-unquote birther movement, questioning a racist birther movement, questioning the identity of our first black president. Our first black president. Do your research, but you don't care about that. Maybe you care about the check. Reese Colbert, what are your thoughts?
First of all, stay the fuck out of black people business, Amber.
Right.
Okay.
Because you're not black. You say you're not black.
You say you're not black. I absolutely do not. As a matter of fact, that was a quote. Absolutely do not. So stay the fuck out of black women business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Okay. You supporting Trump is right. It's right on it. That tracks. Okay. Sure. So that's not a revelation. A woman who is not black is siding with her 55% sister who vote for Trump. So I ain't got a problem with that. Okay. I don't have a problem about your one vote. I don't have a problem with that either. What I do have a problem with is anybody with a platform spreading disinformation. Okay. The difference between misinformation and disinformation is the intentional dissemination of lies. Okay. Now, maybe you're just a dumbass bitch who's been not paying any motherfucking attention to what Donald Trump, the seeds that he has sown in our society that has resulted in women, including you and your white sister, no longer having autonomy over their body because on a national level, okay, those are the seeds that Donald Trump has sown. and taken credit for. And he is, in fact, the singular reason why abortion was overturned, because he put 3 Supreme Court justices who all passed the Federalist Society litmus test of being willing to overturn Roe v. Wade. Okay? So you are absolutely the fuck not putting women first when you're, first of all, being transphobic unprovoked. Okay? Talking about sports. Now, if I had to choose in order of importance, what's more important? Stopping the 0% of trans athletes that exist, or choosing a society in which 2/3 of Black women live in a state that has an abortion ban, or when all women do not have the freedom to travel to certain states or away from certain states in order to exercise their bodily autonomy, where in a state like Texas, a fucking asshole can sue to surveil his ex-girlfriend over her getting an abortion. Allegedly, we don't even know if she got an abortion, but over alleging that she got an abortion out of state. That is what Donald Trump has sown. Okay? That's what the Republican Party has done and is continuing to do. So, no, bitch, you're not putting women first. Okay? We have the receipts of Donald Trump's record. What did Donald Trump do about equal pay? What did Donald Trump do other than disrupt and dismantle the rights that we have as women? That is unconscionable for her to say. If now all of a sudden, bitch, you're pro call yourself being pro-life, then say that. Don't say that he's for a compromise. What? Quickly, why do we have to compromise on abortion? Quickly. Because abortion rights have been stripped on a federal level. Now it's up to the states. Bitch, that's why we got to compromise. We didn't have to compromise before Donald Trump put 3 motherfuckers on the Supreme Court that overturned Roe v. Wade. So it's asinine to suggest that this man is for a compromise. The same man, by the way, who said he would sign a national abortion ban in 2017. That was the official position of the Trump administration. This is not a hypothetical. So I don't know what conversations you had with the person who has been convicted civilly of sexual assault, a person who's facing 91 counts federal, and how many jurisdictions? I don't know what kind of conversations you had, but don't mistake whatever little personal rapport you have with anything that has to do with the Black community. You are not in a position to speak for us. You do not speak for us, and you don't even speak for women. So you are so far out of line to try to, in any way, shape, or form, assert that Donald Trump is protective of women. The same motherfucker who has been civilly convicted. And now, what is he up to? Well, Ejean Carroll, how much he owe her? About $80 million for sexual assault. This is the person that you say is for women. But even if we take his personal life out, let's take his personal life out. Abortion rights have been dismantled. And it's not just abortion, bitch. IVF is under assault because of what Donald Trump and the Republicans have done. So for her to use abortion or reproductive rights as though Donald Trump is for those things, that is so far beyond the pale to me of disinformation. That is egregious, and that's actually insidious. That is insidious behavior, because she, of all people, she knows what the fuck is going on in terms of reproductive health. Or maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's just been scamming, sucking and fucking her way all these years to trust some kind of relevancy. And we've given her too much credit because she's cosplayed as an LGBTQ activist. She's cosplayed as a women's activist, as somebody who wants to empower women, as somebody who wants women to exercise their agency and their autonomy. Maybe all that was bullshit this whole motherfucking time, and these are her true colors. Maybe the check is run out over there. So now, as you point out in your book, the grift is where she thinks she's going to find a new check. Well, guess what? The gig is up, honey. And if you want to have a conversation, you want to do a research, come talk to a real bitch about some damn research. And I don't think she could go toe to toe with me or anybody on the Urban Review platform if you want to talk about some damn research. Don't speak on Black people and whether we've done our research or not. And don't speak on women as though you're an advocate. You are officially and 100%, not that you ever had credibility to begin with, disqualified for speaking on that. And then the last thing I have to say is if you want to talk about the records, you broke down some of it. But let's talk about what's happened around the issue of Black maternal health. The first time it has been elevated to the White House level, thanks to the work of what Vice President Kamala Harris has done. All right. When the Biden-Harris administration came into office, women across the country on Medicaid had 6 weeks of postpartum coverage. Now it's 12 months in 43 states. That is directly a result of the advocacy and the leadership of Vice President Kamala Harris and her administration. They just announced last week $16 billion in HBCU funding. I've been at the White House personally covering issues around HBCU safety when there were all those bomb threats. I've been there covering the issue of homeownership appraisal bias, which is the PAVE task force. We've seen what they have done time and time again to try to tackle the issues that disproportionately impact our community around student debt, around medical debt, and a host of other things. And so don't talk about the issues when you don't know shit about the issues. And more importantly, don't sit up in here and play in our face and lie and then have the audacity to tell us to do the research. You do your fucking research. And instead of being loud and wrong, just be quiet and wrong. Sit there with your dumbass tattoo face and your bald head ass and just look not even that cute because you're falling off. But look okay, look decent. Just be a little figurehead, the little black, the little fake black, the little ex-black, the little biracial, whatever it is that you're calling yourself these days. Just sit there and get patted like the little pet for the white nationalist party and just do that. Just skin a grin. Don't talk, because when you're talking, you open up your mouth, you sound stupid. And that's me going easy on her, because I could go way worse. I can go way worse. But that's so insidious. So insidious. I cannot tolerate that. I can't.
Yeah, listen. Amber Rose is not even going to be as smart as Stacey Dash or Omarosa. So this check ain't going to last too long, whatever you're getting out of it. But ultimately, like you said, you nailed it, Reese. To talk down to Black people that we aren't doing our research is really disgusting. Like you said, stay out of Black folks' business. Now,
and this dumb bitch couldn't even hack it on College Hill. That's a little fake college show for how many weeks? You couldn't even make it through a motherfucking 2-3 week program for TV, and you got to never talk down to motherfuckers like us. Girl.
And what's sad is that she has a Black son, and so now she's supporting the party that co-signs Confederate Heritage Month.
Well,
okay.
Well,
you have a Black son, and now you're supporting the party that ended Obama's National Task Force on Policing. You're supporting the party that, as soon as Trump gets into office, Jeff Sessions becomes the Attorney General and rolls back all of Obama's justice reform policies.
That's what I forgot. That's what I forgot to mention. I know it was one thing there. DEI. Donald Trump, one of the last major things that he started during election cycle, by the way, when Ice Cube was talking about the platinum plan and the Blacks is gonna get X, Y, motherfucking Z, one of the main things that Donald Trump left office with was the institutional attack on DEI. He made it one of his roles, and that was one of the first things, Miss, though you think Biden don't care about Black people, one of the first things Biden did was undo Donald Trump's rule around trying to ban DEI, even discussions. You couldn't even mention racism. You couldn't mention anti-racism.
You're talking about the 1776 Commission to promote patriotic education.
Please talk
This is
about
a
it.
really good point, Reese. This was the very beginning of the threat to block federal funding
Yep.
for any organization, and it could have affected HBCUs as well.
Mm-hmm.
That have any kind of diversity training or talk about race, engage in race. He puts that into, and really towards the end of his presidency.
That
But
was.
it was a stand back and stand by kind of moment. Hey,
Yes.
here's what we could do.
Yep.
Here's what we can do. And let's not talk about the way that Nicole Hannah-Jones has been attacked. Part of this was a reaction to Nicole Hannah-Jones' 1619 project,
Exactly.
right? But the 1776 commission, mind you, 1776, not a great year for black folks. You may not know that, Amber Rose. Not a great year for women. You may not know that, Amber Rose. But not the best year. I know why they chose that year, but not the best year. And Biden, his first week in office, overturns that.
Absolutely.
And that could have directly impacted funding for HBCUs. And now you see state by state,
Yep.
these they're putting in basically Trump's version of this and firing people.
Yes.
People are losing their jobs.
Eliminating
So,
entire departments.
entire departments.
Texas,
So,
it's happened. Florida happened.
right. So
This isn't
and so,
hypothetical.
but here's the other thing, Reese. I'm gonna close it out this way. This is why we have to be careful of the people we elevate,
Mm-hmm.
right? I understand she was Kanye's, girlfriend, and she used to be a stripper, and she used to walk balls in the ballroom circuit or whatever, whatever. We have to be careful of the folks that we elevate, whether it's skin folk who ain't kinfolk, or whether it's people who are trying to pretend to be skin folk. She
Right.
ain't Tina
Culture
Marie.
vultures.
Exactly. She ain't Tina Marie. She ain't John B. She ain't any of that. We got to be really careful the people who we support. I mean, the amount of support that remember when Kim Kardashian said I had to take or Kanye said that Kim Kardashian
He had to take
said
1,000
I
showers.
had to take 1,000 showers.
Mm-hmm.
Black women stood up for her.
Oh, we did. Uh-huh.
And said that was awful for her
Yep.
to say that. That was shameful for her to say that. That was shameful. And now Trump, in my opinion, the GOP has waged a war against black women. And you tell us to do our research, we got to really be careful who we elevate and support. Who we elevate and support. She has been a part of the culture. She can't get on the cover of Vogue. She can't get on the cover of Cosmopolitan.
Mm-mm.
She can't. She ain't being embraced by those circles. It was us that embraced her and made her a star.
That's true.
We got to be careful who we elevate. So I hope people get it now.
But can I also
even elevating Kim Kardashian? I know she don't cosplay as black, but even that we got to be. And then y'all were shocked that Kim Kardashian was supporting Trump.
Yeah.
I said it makes sense that she would support Trump. She's a rich white woman. She's right in the lane.
She's friends with Ivanka.
So
like, let's be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful who we elevate.
But to be fair to us, didn't nobody make this bitch the motherfucking political maverick or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We was never on that shit. But also, I want to also be clear. And this isn't about racial gatekeeping and she ain't black enough.
No.
This is about the fact that regardless of whatever you call yourself to be, we heard the audio. I'm absolutely not a black woman. Okay. We've established that. But regardless, it's not about the one drop rule, whatever the fuck other rule.
No,
this is about bullshit. You planted your flag. Now you have planted your flag firmly in the white supremacist camp, not only with your voting preferences, but now with the so-called intellectual superiority you believe you're wielding over black people because you've chosen Trump and you are repeating insidious lies. That makes you intellectually superior than us. That is peak white supremacy right there that you are exercising, you are engaging in, you are perpetuating.